How rich is Bill Gates? In September 2014, Forbes magazine released the 400 richest people in America. Like many times before, Bill Gates stood tall as number one on that list. His net worth was listed at $81 billion, up almost 13% from the previous year. Bill Gates didn't get to where he is today because he was stupid. It's likely he's diversified his wealth across a number of different avenues. Because of this, conservatively speaking, his money could generate about a 5% yearly rate of return. From interest alone, Bill Gates generates approximately $128 per second, or about $4.1 billion per year. Imagine if somebody followed him around handing him a $100 bill every second. Sounds great, but you'd start to run out of places to put it. Every drawer, every pocket, every cabinet would be stuffed with cash in no time. Though walking back to the car after a 2-hour dinner date to find your Ferrari stuffed with $922,000 you accrued during dinner can only bring good things. Not only does $81 billion have a lot of value, it's also physically massive and extremely heavy. User ELL20 on Reddit asked the question, if Bill Gates wanted to make it rain, how long could he go for? Also, how long could the girls last before they became uncomfortable under the weight of the cash? Assuming you were able to throw 4 bills per second and the entire $81 billion account was fully accessible, things would get pretty crazy. He could throw $1 bills forever, even if he threw 128 bills per second, because remember, he makes that on interest alone. At 4 bills per second, the same could be said about $5, $10, and even $20 denominations. So with $100 bills, Mr. Gates could make it rain continuously, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for just over 64 years. On the performer's end, things can get pretty dangerous, with each bill weighing in at 1 gram, or 0.0022 pounds. 8.1 billion $100 bills would weigh in at about 17.8 million pounds. At 320 pounds per hour, in only a few hours, the performer would likely suffocate under the load of the money that was piling on top of her. After a few days, the club would likely fill up from the 322,000 cubic feet of $100 bills. Needless to say, Bill Gates has so much money, spending it in any conventional way would be impossible. Even if he purchased Twitter and Instagram, Bill Gates would still have tens of billions left. With money like this, it's important that the right people have control over it. There are few people on planet Earth, given the same circumstances, who would use it as nobly as Bill. Through charities helping the homeless to funding cutting-edge research institutes around the globe, the Gates Foundation is the second most charitable and single largest private charity organization in the world. As of 2013, Bill and Melinda Gates have given away a whopping $28 billion to the Gates Foundation, which acts openly and transparently. This means that all research and financials are openly shared with other organizations and research firms. As if commercializing the personal computer, which pushed humankind into the next generation, wasn't enough, he spends the billions in commercial earnings to help raise the standard of living for children around the globe. He's like all the best parts of Tony Stark, though he doesn't have an Iron Man suit. With an $81 billion donation to the right people, I'm sure they can make it happen. Now for 3 quick facts, in case you still can't comprehend how much money Bill Gates has. If all of Bill Gates' money was stacked up in $100 bills, the stack would be about 55 miles high. If you were given just an inch of that stack, it would be about $23,255. If he gave everyone on Earth $10 this Christmas, he'd still have $2.26 billion left. At a spending rate of $1 million a day, it would take Bill Gates 218 years to spend all of his money. If Bill Gates wanted to literally swim in an Olympic-sized swimming pool of $1 coins like Scrooge McDuck, and it was filled with interest alone, he could have it filled in about 53 days. Needless to say, Mr. Gates has a lot of money, and there isn't another person in which this money